What's going on, world? DS1 Ross, and we back here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV. Shout out to everybody who support the platform. Much love, much love. Salute to everybody in the building. If you are here and you can hear me clearly, please put a number 1 in the chat. Please put a number 1 in the chat. Let me know if y'all can hear me clearly. Let me know if y'all can hear me clearly, fam. Please let me know if y'all can hear me clearly. Put a number 1 in the chat before we get into today's show. Okay. Shout out to everybody in the building. Shout out to y'all. Welcome back to Sheep Stay Sleep TV. I'm your host, DS1 Ross. Of course, I appreciate all the love and the support. Shout out to everybody in the building. Salute to all the visionaries. Make sure y'all hit the like button and share today's show. Because we're going to get into it today. Today, we're going to have a real serious conversation. A real serious conversation, especially when it comes to relationships. We're going to talk about this today. So make sure y'all hit the like button and share the show. Share it on your community tabs, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, anywhere that you share content. Make sure you share today's show. Also, shout out to our sponsor, Alpha Juice Co. If you would like to taste this nice and juicy that I'm getting ready to drink, you could click the link down in the description box and use my promo code DS1Ross at your checkout to get a discount off on your purchase. Shout out to everybody in the building. Let's see who's in here. Shout out to Miss Angie. Shout out to you, Miss Angie, for always coming through and holding down the Chizat. Shout out to Miss Angie B. Shout out to Juniat Ali. Walaikum salam, my brother. Salute to you. Hope all is well, my brother. Hey, Letitia, what's going on? Good to see you. Shout out to Miss Letitia in the building. Always coming through and showing her support. Hey, M. Mills. Shout out to you, Miss M. Mills in the building. Shout out to my brother, Mr. Sutton on the check-in. Salute, my brother. Salute. Lotus Divine. What's up, Lotus Divine? Hey, Miss Raven. Good to see you, love. Shout out to Miss Raven. Shout out to you. Good to see you. Who's that? Parody Channel. What's up, Parody Channel? Shout out to my man Bob. What's good, Bob? What's good? Shout out to my man Bucket. What's good, Bucket? Self-Son. Peace, God. Peace to Seth 7 in the building. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to everybody that's listening. Shout out to everybody that's in the clouds. Make sure y'all hit the like button and share today's show because we're going to have a real conversation that us black folk need to have. It's 2023. It's 2023. Y'all don't see that a lot of the shit that we hold dear, like basketball, sports, music, entertainment. Y'all don't notice, or is it just me? And I want y'all to sound off in the chat room and let me know. But y'all don't notice that entertainment is no longer entertaining? You don't notice that sports is not really exciting anymore. A lot of guys today, we still watch sports because a lot of us bet on games. For the most part, men don't watch sports anymore for entertainment purposes. The majority of us men, we don't watch NFL and NBA or none of that shit for entertainment purposes no more because it's no longer entertaining. The NBA is not as It's not as competitive as it used to be. The NFL is not as competitive as it used to be. Why do you think there's not a lot of boxing matches as much as it used to be? Because a lot of these things, they're starting to wither away because it's losing its importance in people's lives. And it could just be me. I don't know. It could just be me. That's why I want y'all to sound off in the chat room. Shout out to Seth7. I appreciate you. He say for your breakdown of the Millers. I appreciate that. Appreciate the super chat, my brother. Salute. What's up, ES? Welcome. Sports are more political than it's fun. Right. That's right, my brother. And a lot of us, we knew that for years, but it's like evident now, even in the NBA. So when it comes to music, the music been washed up for the most part. Movies are not as good as they used to be. When the last time have you saw a real good action movie? All the real good movies was 10 years ago. The last bit of good entertainment, movie, music-wise, or even in sports, you got to say was in the mid-2000s. In the mid-2000s, man. It's 2022 going into 2023. The last time we heard some good music, the last time we saw some real good movies and watched some real competitive sports, we talking about damn near 20 years ago, man. But I'm going to say we could go back at least to like 2010, where the music was just turning trash. So a lot of this shit is almost like blah, And if you notice, with these things in society going awry, the relationships are not lasting. The marriages are not lasting. You see? I missed my TGI Friday lineup. Raven says they won't even show wholesome family shows like they did in the 90s. Right. Like Family Matters. Exactly. Even pro wrestling isn't good anymore. Man. We'll have to do a whole nother show about that, my brother. We'll have to do a whole nother show about that, my brother Junior. For real. Because I was a huge wrestling fan. Wrestling fell off. Man. Wrestling fell off about 20 years ago, man. Like 2002. That's a fact. Shout out to my brother, the underrated in the building. Salute, my brother. But if you notice, with television falling off, sports, all of these things, relationships and marriages, people are easily just breaking up and breaking apart. And it is because a lot of what we just were talking about is what kept people together. It's kind of like people use those things as pastimes to kind of get over what they were actually going through in a relationship. Classy Creole, salute to you. Good to see you. Tone Malone, salute, my brother. And with television and all these things breaking down now, this is why you see the relationships breaking down. This is why you're seeing a lot of parents not having control over their children, because now we know what was actually raising and grooming the children. You see? So this is why I asked the question on today's show. What is your relationship built on? What is it built on? What is your relationship built on? Connection or convenience? Black people, black men and black women, we have to start questioning this. Is this person really my friend? How you can gauge whether this person is your friend, y'all stay connected through what? Are y'all connected? Are y'all truly connected? Is there a connection there? Or do y'all just hang out together out of convenience? We're going to talk about this today. We're going to talk about this today. We got to start being real, because see, these things that surround us that we were just talking about, they're being destroyed because it's time for us to go back within. It's time to turn the TVs off and talk. What's good, B Mays? Shout out to B Mays in the building. It's time to turn the TVs off. Can you and your spouse, you and your partner, you and your significant other, can y'all get along in the house without the TV on? Does the TV have to be on? Because see, if y'all can't get along without outside things, then y'all are not really connected. Y'all are not really connected. This is why marriages are where they are, because there's no connection. There's no connection. That man and that woman do not have a connection, because when the TV's off and y'all got to deal with y'all, you can't. You can't. You cannot. You cannot get along. You cannot have a decent conversation because there's no connection. This is what I want you to ask yourself today. Brothers, why are you with that woman? Be honest. Because see, y'all be the same guys that cry about, she took all my money. She took my money. Why are you with her? Why were you with her? See, you got to be real with yourself. Were you with her out of convenience? Huh? Was she just your little sneaky link that you got pregnant? Was he your sneaky link you got pregnant by? We're going to talk about this today. We're going to talk about this. Because we be wanting to know how shit got to where, how we got here. How did we get here? How did the relationship go from this to this? It's because it's something that y'all missed in the beginning. Because see, during the honeymoon stage, a lot of people like to ignore certain things instead of just having a conversation about it. You see? This is why I'm asking this question. What is the relationship built on? Is there a connection there, or is it out of convenience? A lot of women are picking men today out of convenience because this guy fits this mold or this modality for me that I need in my life. There's no connection. This is why you got 50, 60-year-old women saying that men ain't shit. Which shows you haven't had a connection with any man you've been with. There has never been a connection. You got with men out of convenience. And this is why a lot of you women are running around here empty inside, because you never had a connection to a man. You never felt that before. You see? The same thing goes for you men. You never felt connected in a relationship with a woman. That's why you never felt like you had a woman on your team, because there was no connection. And you just got to be honest, bro. Y'all really wasn't connected to each other. Y'all was tolerating each other because the relationship was out of convenience. It wasn't out of no connection. Just be honest. Just be honest. You had 2, 3 other chicks that was just like your baby mama at that same time that you was messing with your baby mama. There was no connection. You've never even felt or know how it feels to be connected to a woman. Most of you guys today are afraid of that. This is why Black men assume the position of living by their wallets. You see? You see? Because as long as you keep living off your wallet, you can keep pretending about who you really are, which then doesn't establish a connection with a woman. It's convenience. So she's with you out of convenience, and you're with her out of convenience. So what are y'all going to build? I'm listening. Put it in the chat. You're with her out of convenience. She's with you out of convenience. So where y'all going? Where y'all going? Y'all both are looking for convenience. Y'all both are looking for comfort. You can't build nothing being comfortable. You got to work towards it. You got to get up every day and work towards it. And that's what a relationship is. That's what a marriage is. It's work. Work between y'all two and working on y'all. Meaning she working on herself, you working on yourself. That's how the connection remains strong. But most of us have been in relationships 10, 15, 20 years, and there is no connection. Y'all are just sharing goddamn expenses. Y'all are just trying to see who could do what, who could cut their losses. And that's why you stayed in the marriage. That's why you stayed in the relationship. Convenience. Not wanting to be uncomfortable. You can't build nothing that way. And this is what we don't understand as Black people. We don't understand this shit. We get with each other out of convenience and then expect something to grow. How does that work? Both of y'all are looking to be comfortable, which means that when it's time to put in some work, both of y'all are going to start complaining. You see? Or it might be one person there that's trying to establish a connection with a person who wants to be with you out of convenience. This is where you get all of the static and the riffraff from. Because one person is trying to establish a connection and the other person is trying to, elicit their convenience. You're my man, so you're supposed to make things easier for me. Who told you that? Who told you that? Who told you because I'm your man, your life's supposed to be easier? Who told you that? That don't even make sense. You see? See, when you hear these talking points from these men and these women, these are people who strictly get with people out of convenience. These are people who are into misusing people. These are people who get with people to hurt people. You see, because when you get with a person out of convenience, when things are no longer convenient, guess what you do? You say, fuck you, see you later, goodbye. And it don't matter how many years that other person invested. It don't matter. Because I'm no longer, this is not convenient for me anymore. This has gotten too tough. This has gotten too hard. This is supposed to be smooth sailing. I'm riding on gravel. Bye. I'm done. And this is what's happening. This is what's happening. You got men and women checking out 10, 20 relationships, 30-year marriages, checking out because it was all based on convenience and not a connection. It was all out of convenience. Once this is no longer suitable and comfortable for me, I'm gone. And this is what you hear most women and men speaking about today. When it comes to relationships, what are you going to do for me? That's the first question. You show up as a broken individual, and the first thing you got to say out your mouth is what somebody going to do for you. Nobody pays attention to that shit. You got all this goddamn baggage, and you got some nerve to ask somebody new that you meeting what they could do for you? Are you trying to drop your goddamn bags off on somebody? That's what it sounds like to me. You sound like you're looking for convenience Because if you're looking for a connection, you come into the situation with something to offer. You ain't coming in the situation with your goddamn hand out and your mouth open because you're hungry and thirsty. And this is what a lot of relationships are built on today. Hunger and thirst. Financially hungry and thirsty. Sexually hungry and thirsty. Emotionally hungry and thirsty. And we go around and we look for people who's going to be convenient for us in those areas. Who's not going to hurt what man is not going to hurt my feelings? I'm going to find a man who's not going to hurt my feelings. I'm going to find me a gentleman. Why? So you could get away with talking shit when you ready? Huh? Is that why he need to be a little, gentle? You see? You see? I want y'all to think about this. I want y'all to think about this. What is it all about? Because see, and the reason why I'm talking about this today, because this is the question we all ask ourselves when it's over. What was this shit all about? Where did this go wrong? What happened? We know what happened. You never asked yourself, why am I really with this person? And the person that's with you never asked themselves that. You could be sitting here looking to build a connection with a person who's looking for convenience. This is where the lines of communications are crossed because nobody's being honest or somebody's not being honest. And this is the problem we have, Black people, with relationships. This even goes with friendships. It's not just with our intimate relationships, it's even with our friends. Is your friendships built on that? Are your friendship built on convenience? Think about it. Are your friends only your friends when you're around? When you're around, do they check on you? They call you? Ask you if you need anything just to see if you're still alive? Do they do that? That's a sign for you to ask yourself, are we really friends? Or do we just hang out when we see each other? Convenience. Convenience. Do we act like we miss each other when we see each other? Or is it out of sight, out of mind? See, when a person don't see you, they don't contact you. They don't give a fuck about you because it's out of sight, out of mind. Because it's not a friendship. You see? It's not a friendship. Because friendships are relationships as well. It's built off convenience. And this is the problem with a lot of us Black folk today. The majority of the people around us are around us out of convenience, not a connection. Shout out to my brother, the Book of Ronan, in the chat. Make sure y'all go and check out our podcast. We dropped a podcast named The Deprivation of a Solid Network. And there's not a solid network because you don't have solid individuals around you, people you have a connection with, not people that's just there, like confetti, but people you actually have a connection with. You see, that's how you grow with people and you progress in life. You have to be around people who you've built a genuine connection with, not convenience, not we cool because we could do this and do that and do this and do that. That don't mean that we friends. No, we supposed to be friends when shit ain't all good. We supposed to be friends when shit not good for you. We supposed to be friends when shit not good for me. And we supposed to help each other as much as we can. You know why? Because we have a connection that's deeper than, hey man, I need some help here. It's deeper than that. What's up, Nadia? Aya Thunder, salute. You see? See, a man is only going to provide a woman the 4 P's who he feel he's building a genuine connection with. It has to be a connection. Because convenience is you pay your half, I pay my half. That's convenience. Because guess what? Those are 2 people who came together who basically want to have more money for themselves, and they don't have more money for themselves living on their own, so they come together with a person, consolidate bills so they both can have separate money for each other. That shit is all built on selfishness. That's what it's all built on. Because there's no connection there. What's good, Juan? There's no connection. You see? You don't worry about nobody stealing and being greedy when there's a genuine connection. You see? While that connection is being established, you'll know if that dude is a thief. But everything needs to be separate because it's out of convenience. Because at some point in the game, you're going to galvanize all your shit and you're going to go. You're going to consolidate all your shit and then you're going to move on because it's about convenience. It's about convenience. There's no connection. There's no connection. Tyrese, salute, my brother. Raven says convenience is hand in hand to living selfishly and lacking of loyalty to your person. Right. Exactly. Nadia says working and listening. This message deep on so many levels. Keep cooking, sheep. Thanks, Nadia. I appreciate it. You see, we got to start asking ourselves these questions, especially with us dealing with a lot of mental health issues. A lot of us are caught in our minds about stuff that we've been trying to figure out. We have a lot of questions in our mind. We have a lot of questions for people in our life, people that's around us, but we don't ask the question. We don't try to have these types of conversations. These are the conversations we need to be having. But what do? We distract ourselves with entertainment, with sports, with all of this other shit, all of these external things to keep us from focusing on the rebuilding and the redevelopment of our families. getting a closer spiritual connection, whatever higher power we serve. We not doing this stuff because we letting outside shit stress us, make us depressed. This is what we doing. You heard what Romeo said to his dad in the poem? How could a man be more concerned with what people think about him out in the world than what the people think of him in his house? It is because Master P lost his connection. He lost his connection. He's connected to something else. There's no connection with us anymore. It's based out of convenience. Nigga, I need these bills paid. I got this little hot twat. So let's handle this business. Convenience. You need to let off. I need my light bill paid. So let's make this happen. Convenience. Convenience. No connection. And then we get online and think we making content about what? About what? About what? Talking about what we don't have? Talk about why we don't have it. Talk about why isn't it established? Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. Talking about you can't find a good man. Yes, you can. You just don't want to be connected to one. See, because good men establish a connection with his woman. Because you ain't going to beat up his goddamn pockets in his bank account. You see that? That's why you can't find a good man. Because you can't find a nigga out of convenience. You can't find you a nigga that's just going to pay for your life and let you run around and do and say whatever. That's what you can't find. That's what you can't find. You looking for sugar daddy. That's what you looking for. You looking for a nigga to take care of your expenses, forgetting that you are the problem. You're the number one expense. You're the liability. You are. You know why? Because everybody in your life that's around you, you misuse them. They're around you. They're in your cipher out of convenience. This is why you're miserable. Because everybody around you is out of convenience. That's why you feel empty inside, because you have no true connection to nothing but all the bullshit that you buy. Same shit for you men. Only affinity you have is to all those goddamn pairs of Jordans you bought, nigga. That's the connection you have. Your connection is to vanity. Your connection is to your ego, black man. Your connection is to those chains and those watches and those sneakers, nigga. That's where your connection is. You only with her out of convenience because she make you look good on Instagram, nigga. You know, when you take a picture with her, you're going to get an extra 5,000 likes. That's why you with her. You ain't with her because you like her. Half you niggas don't like women. Let's get into that. You're with women out of convenience. Because you still want to hang out with the homies and get money. So you want the world to think you like women. We ain't stupid, nigga. The gig is up. This is why y'all say the shit that y'all say. And be threatening to beat up women online and shit. Because y'all don't have no connection to the feminine principle. You niggas are with women out of convenience because they have vaginas. You're with them out of convenience because they have vaginas. Yeah, nigga, I ain't stupid. Half you niggas just use these women to have babies and then you go off and be with that nigga Thomas. Uh-huh. A lot of these women be keeping y'all niggas secrets too. A lot of your baby mamas know that after she had y'all son, you went with Thomas, nigga. Let's talk about it. Your connection is to niggas. Yeah. Uh-huh. That's why you got so much venom for these women. We know, nigga, because you ain't got no connection to no women. You ain't connected to no women. You just put a baby in her so you could say you had a legacy, so you could portray yourself to be masculine. We know, nigga. We know. Oh, we know. Yep, Thomas. That's his name, Nadia. The nigga name is Thomas. That's his name. Nigga named Mordecai. Nigga named Mordecai. Uh-huh. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about that. Y'all don't even have no connection to the feminine principle. That's why you niggas are so callous and cold. You see? Because you think that's what a man is. Because you think a woman is a subordinate, nigga. Because you step on women. Yeah. Like them Romans and them Greeks. That's why a lot of y'all join those Greek fraternities too. Uh-huh. Y'all like Greek. We know what that's slang for too. Stop playing with me. Y'all hit the like button and share the show. Y'all go join them Greek fraternities because y'all like that Greek. Uh-huh. We know. We know. We know. We know. That's why when we hear the stories of you fraternity niggas' wives, they tell the world how demonic and wicked y'all are, how y'all treat them, because y'all don't have no connection to women. Y'all are with women out of convenience. Y'all use women to as a mask to say you a man while you running around with Mordecai and Rigby. You run around with Mordecai and Rigby. We know, nigga. Yeah, we know. Uh-huh. We know you got an affinity for men. We know. So what what was your marriage built on? Huh? Since there's no reason to be married no more. Since marriage is not real, and so who was you married to? You made a vow to a person out of what? Convenience? You had a child with a person out of what? Convenience? Or was it a connection? Was it a connection? Was that baby born out of convenience? Or was it born out of love? See, love can't be there if there isn't a connection established. So what were your children born out of? Convenience? You know, you just slipped up and didn't pull out? Huh? Is that why you men have a hard time paying for the child support, even though you ain't with her no more? Is that why y'all complaining? Because you really didn't want the kid anyway, but you had the kid out of convenience, because that's why she had it. But guess why she really had it? She really had it, nigga, because you put it in her. See, this is why I don't want to hear that shit. Oh, women got say over the children. Yup, once the baby shows up in her womb, that's when she has all the say. But who puts it there? Huh, Mr. I didn't want a baby? So now the child is here, right? And you have a hard time establishing a connection with your child because you never established a connection with the mama. And then you blame the mama for not having a relationship with your child. That don't make no sense, nigga. You was never in the situation from the beginning to ever establish a connection. Remember, you didn't even want the baby. Remember? So what you mean is because of her, y'all don't got a relationship. You never was with her for anything serious outside of sex. And see, a lot of you dudes, y'all don't want to be real with yourselves like this. Y'all don't tell the truth. Y'all run around your whole life living lies, lying to yourself. Ain't nothing masculine about lying to yourself. You better off just telling the truth and just saying, man, I don't care. Because there's nothing masculine about you living in a goddamn fantasy about some shit you created. Because she got all to say about that child when it's in her womb. But who put the baby there? Who put it there? She did? Oh, she did. She just whooshed the baby in her womb, right? Huh? And let me ask you brothers this. Why are you putting babies in women you have no connection with? Let me ask you that again. Why are you putting babies in women you don't have a connection with? Huh? Huh? Why? 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 Why would you do something like this? Why would you do something like this? Do you know? Well, you won't know because men who get with women out of convenience is a man who doesn't have an active foresight. See, he's using his foreskin. See, when you get with a woman out of convenience, it's because you ready to actively use your foreskin. See, that's what you in it for. You in it to get some foreskin relief. And then when shit get real, now it's her fault. Now it's her fault, right? And ladies, y'all do this shit too. You go get with these illiterate niggas who wear Dollar Tree drawers. This nigga ain't got a decent pair of drawers. You make this nigga your baby father and then start talking about what he promised you. What he promised you? A chicken bone? This nigga ain't got a decent pair of drawers to wear. What did he promise you? He ain't promised you nothing. Stop lying to yourself. You tried to make a goddamn frog a prince. He's a frog. He's a frog. That's just a cartoon. Okay, ladies? It's just a cartoon. When you kiss his ugly ass, he will not be a prince. He will still be a frog. Okay? Understand this. You cannot blow the dust off some of these niggas. You just can't, ladies. You can't. You cannot the dust off some of these niggas. You just can't. You just can't. You just can't. Hurricane Q, salute. You just can't. You can't. You just can't. So you got to stop lying to yourself because you really was with him out of convenience. Just be honest. It's just be honest. There's nothing wrong with being honest. See, that'll free yourself. This is why they say the truth will set you free. Because when you finally be honest with yourself and live in your truth, you wouldn't feel so pressured, or you won't feel the pressure of certain shit. Because it's like, yeah, it is what it is. I got to deal with this shit. But when you walking around harboring it all the time, come on, man. Come on, man. Come on now. We got to be real. What is your relationship built on? Be honest. What is it really built on? Are you really still with that man just because he got a good job? Be honest. He make $100,000 a year. That's why you're with him. You ain't got to pay for nothing. You could just chill and relax. Is that why you're with him? Be honest. Be honest. Come on, man. You got to be honest. Come on now. Yeah, Dollar Tree sell drawers. Yeah, Dollar Tree sell drawers, bro. Shout out to my man MR in the building. Shout out to MR. Free my grandma. What's up, free my grandma? You see? Just be honest. You got to be honest with yourself, man. A lot of you guys be honest with yourself. Shout out to my nigga Corey Holcomb, man. 5150 Nation. Shout out to Corey. Corey always say this on his show. On his come up to becoming a comedian, it was a lot of women that he used to get by. He got in relationships he didn't want to be in because he needed somewhere to stay. He said this. He ate nasty ass food from women, had sex with ugly old women because he needed somewhere to stay. He needed somewhere to harbor his clothes. He needed to borrow cars to get the gigs. He said this. That he dealt with women out of convenience. He admitted to this. And then he also admitted that women deal with him out of convenience. You see? Corey says this all the time. Says it all the time. He says it all the time. Travis Rogers, salute. He said, only could get one wash with them drawers. Oh, yeah. And you can't put them in the dryer. Because if you put them in the dryer, you're going to have holes in them. You're going to have holes in those drawers. Them cheap-ass drawers. The whole pair of drawers is made out of nylon. That's when you know. That's when you know you got cheap drawers on. Ain't no cotton in them drawers. No cotton. Facts. Need a cosign for a car. Right. Raven says some women will get these dudes who have all this money, but will secretly wait and wish for the opportunity for him to kick the bucket to get rid of him. Ain't that some shit? Y'all see this? Read that, fellas. You better be careful out here, bro. They'll be waiting for your ass to kick the bucket. That's crazy. But it goes back to the title. What is your relationship built on? A connection or convenience? See-through drawers. King Ra, salute King Ra. Right, you better be careful, man. But where a lot of fellas drop the ball is when we use our foreskin over our foresight. You see? This is why you got two eyeballs, right? And a third eye, which is really your first eye, but that's a whole nother thing, right? But this is why, they call it the one-eye monster in your pants. You can't see that far with him. You can't envision nothing with him. You can't imagine nothing with him. He's strictly for action. You see, fellas? So, if you're thinking with the one-eye monster, you don't even foresee a problem with this woman. You don't even see that this woman is weak. You don't see it. How could you see it? How could you see it? Your foreskin is in the way. It's in the way. And the reason why your foreskin is in the way, because you're looking for some convenience. Let's be honest, fellas. You're looking for some convenience. You ain't looking for a connection. See, because guys, we understand, adults. I'm just not going to say guys. Let's just say adults. Being adults, men and women, we understand that when a connection is established to a certain point, sex is inevitable. So, fellas, you got to stop leading with your foreskin. This is why one of the P's is called provision. You see, your provision in the intangible realm is your foresight. You see? But if your foresight is not active, you then put yourself in a line of fire. You then put yourselves in a position where a person is just living off you through convenience. You got to understand this. And sometimes, fellas, we get with women that get with us out of convenience, and we try to establish a connection. We got to understand that too. We got to understand this. This is why I asked this question in my community tab 2 days ago. What is your relationship built on? Your friendships, everybody that's around you. Why are they around you? Are they around you because your money right? Are they around you because you drive nice cars? Are they around you because you keep the best women around? Why is she around you? She around you because you always going out, you always going on trips. All your homegirls got money and nice cars. Is that why she hanging around you? Is she hanging around you because she trying to get a come up off you? Is she hanging around you to always beg for something from you? Gotta ask yourself this, men and women. Are people around me? Do people who claim they fuck with me, is it out of a connection? Or is it out of convenience? Is it convenient for somebody to fuck with me? Do people fuck with me because I'm always available? You know, I'm just a convenient choice. Like, oh, I know he ain't doing nothing. Call him. Are you one of those? Because see, if you that person, you're convenient to people. It's a convenience. Oh, I know he gonna answer. Oh, I know she gonna answer. She ain't doing shit. Convenience. They don't really give a fuck about you. That's why they don't call and check on you, because they don't give a fuck about you. It's convenience. But let them need help with something that they might think you know. They're gonna call you. They ain't gonna hesitate. Hey, I was wondering, I was trying to figure out how to do this. Nigga, you ain't even called me for my birthday. Nigga, you ain't even call me and tell me Happy New Year's. But you need to ask me a question. First question should be, how the fuck are you? That should be the first question. That should be the first question. If we have a connection, you see that? If we have a connection, if there's a true friendship, the first question should be, how you doing? Before you get to what the fuck you want. You see? But if there's no connection, it's, well, I was just calling for some advice for this. How you know if I'm in the mood to give some advice, nigga? Fuck, you think I'm an information desk? Nigga, I'm not 311. I could be going through some shit today. Why I don't want to talk? You ever thought about that? No, because you don't give a fuck about me. All you give a fuck about is what you want. You see that? Who said I was handing out pamphlets today, nigga? If I don't feel good. You ever thought about that? What if I don't feel good? What if I ain't in the mood to be dropping no jewels today because I'm a goddamn human that got shit going on in my mind? Did you ever stop and think about that? No, because DS1 is just unlimited. He's here for us and we can just run through him. You know, because niggas like him come dime a dozen. You know, niggas like him, niggas like Ronan, you know, they just come a dime a dozen. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You know, guys like MR, guys like Bob, guys like the brothers in the chat, Juniat Ali, you know, guys like that, you know, they're an influx of those guys. There's an influx of good men, you know, fuck them there, you know. It doesn't matter what they're going through. They'll be all right. I need you for this. Convenience. The good man is sought after out of convenience, not out of a connection. You know, I'm not feeling too good from my last relationship, so I'm going to go get with him. But once I feel better, bye, nigga. Bye. Mm-hmm. Well, my last girl, this is guys now. My last girl didn't really show me no loyalty. So I'm going to find me a girl that's going to be loyal to me, and then I'm going to shit on her. Right? Because to a lot of you niggas, loyalty is convenient. Mm-hmm. Let's talk about it. Hit the like button. The like button and share the show. Let's talk about it. To a lot of you niggas, loyalty is convenience. I listen to how y'all talk about women. She only loyal to what I give her. She only loyal to what I give her. Shut your sap ass up, nigga. Shut up. She only loyal because I pay for everything. Mm-hmm. How about this, nigga? How about you only paying the bills because she giving you some vagina? You simp. How about that? How about that? How about we stop playing the blame game in that way? How about that? How about that? Hmm? Oh, you don't want to talk about that. Right. You don't want to talk about that. I know. I know. Yep. DS1 on the woman's side. Mm-hmm. I know, nigga. I know. Mr. Sutton says, hey, DS1, continue to be a Metro car and provide me unlimited swipes. Shout out to my brother, Mr. Sutton. Exactly. Be my monthly Metro card to work. If you know anything about New York City Transit, that is what the cards are called. They're called Metro cards. All right. Shout out to my bro in the building. Salute. Fee, my grandma says, once you got the mind, the body will follow. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Uh-huh. Okay. Salute Joel Benjamin. Salute my brother. Salute. Bucket says, I hear you, DS1. I had to cut some folks off, including family members. Yeah, man. You have to. When you find out people just fucking with you out of convenience, it ain't no real connection. They really don't fuck with you like that. They just using you to get by. You got to keep it. You got to get them people from around you because they're actually catering to the level of stress that you're dealing with. You just don't see it. But this is why I just did a whole series about epigenetics and how the environment plays into what goes on and what has went on. What's up, TN? Welcome. I appreciate you for stopping through. Shout out to my man Ism in the building. Salute, Ism. Joshua Pate, salute. Joshua says, today's broadcast got me questioning if I really know what a connection is, either with a friend, my family, or with a female acquaintances. Good work, sir. Good show. Salute. Salute, my brother. Salute. And that's what I wanted to do, my brother. I wanted us to ask these questions. Let's start asking the healthy questions instead of asking ourselves, why am I not good enough? Why nobody loves me? Instead of beating up on ourselves, let's start asking ourselves healthy questions. Like, what was this even about? The healthy questions. The healthy questions. So we can move on in a healthy way. Because everything ain't meant to last forever. Life don't last forever. Because we all gonna die. Okay? So we not living like everything gonna last forever, but it's about the quality of your life. And the quality of your life is also determined by the quality of the people you have around you. And they don't have to be every day. It's the people you think you have a connection with. This is why the title is in the form of a question. To question yourself, not for you to start questioning people around you. Well, do you really fuck with me? Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. This is to question you. And for you to then go around the people you think you have a connection with and pay attention. It's not for you to start going around and no. It's for you. Because once you know, then you know how you should move. That's what this is about. That's what this is about. You see? This is not about pointing the fingers. It's about going within and saying, well, how did I allow this? Why do I continue to allow it? Why it continues to happen? What am I doing? What am I allowing that I don't see? And a lot of times it be good people with good hearts who are just being misused. And it's because a lot of times good people with good hearts are senseless givers. Shout out to my brother, the Book of Ronan, man. He broke that down. There's 3 types of givers. And for the most part, a lot of us black people, we fall in the senseless giver category. You see? And this is why we end up asking ourselves these questions. Because you're a senseless giver. And that's usually the trait of a person with a pure heart. So when my brother named it senseless giver, don't take it as a negative thing. Don't take it as a poke or a shot at you. Because most people with pure intentions and with pure and who has integrity, a lot of them fall in that category because they don't understand that in this wicked world, there's even a certain way you have to learn how to give people shit. And it's sad and it's fucked up, but that's how it is, man. Especially the people who's not really close to you like this. You gotta learn how to be a sensible giver. Because see, the thing with the senseless giver is their heart is so pure and their intentions is so pure that they give because they got a lot to give, because they got big hearts. But don't forget, we all have heart attacks, no matter how big your heart is. So understand that. Understand that. Start asking yourself, is there a connection with me and this person? Is there a real connection? Is there a connection even established? Was there ever one even established? Anthony Touchstone, salute. He says, good afternoon, everyone in DS1. I hope everyone is staying safe and sane this holiday season. Yes, sir. This chat and topic is therapeutic. Thanks, DS1, for having this convoy. It's helping me a lot. Salute, my brother. Salute. That's what I like to hear. Shout out to Anthony Touchstone. Salute, my brother. Salute. You see? We got to really begin to think about this, man. The suicide hotline is on fire. Why do you think this is so? Because there's a lot of people in society who feels worthless, who don't feel that they have any value or that they're valuable to anyone. And it is because their whole life they've been surrounded by leeches, parasites. These are motherfuckers who are around you for convenience. Because a parasite needs a host. And as long as your ass around, you're the host. And they're going to feed off of you over and over and over and over, because that's the job of parasites. But if you don't give them a host, guess what they do? They die. They die. And black folks have to stop being parasitic to one another. You should not be a fucking parasite to your woman. Your woman should not be a goddamn leech to you. Unless y'all are dealing with each other out of convenience. This is why you can't stand his ass no more. Because you were just putting up with his black ass from the beginning. But you didn't want to admit that to yourself. You wanted to tell yourself you liked him, and you didn't. You was putting up with him. That's why time after time after time, he did more and more shit that you didn't like, and over time, you said, fuck you. I ain't got to put up with this shit no more, because it was convenient for you to put up with it in the beginning. It was never about a connection. Never. And you wonder why we so toxic toward each other? You wonder why? You wonder why? Because from Jump Street, we don't even like each other. We don't even like each other. We don't even like each other. That's why you got to establish a premise with a person. You got to establish something with a person. What's up, Kari D? It's been a minute. Good to see you, Kari. You see? Nobody wants to be honest and say, well, I'm really with this nigga right now because I need help. I'm only with her right now because I can't go back and live with my mama. So I'm going to sit here and play the man of the house. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. Because guess what? You're going to have to be honest with yourself when it's over. Because that's the only way you're going to move on in a healthy way. In a healthy way. You got to be honest with yourself. You can't lie to yourself no more. You can't. And to tell yourself the truth is not to beat up on yourself. We got to understand this as black people. Let me repeat that again. To tell yourself the truth is not beating up on yourself. I need y'all to understand this. I really need y'all to understand this. Because that's a lot of black people, we take the truth and that shit is so harsh to us, we look at it as abuse. Have you ever heard that before? Stop beating me over the head with the truth. You ever heard that? You ever heard that? You ever heard that? Shout out to Fierce Soul. I see you, bro. Linda Brown, welcome. You ever heard that? Stop beating me over the head with the truth. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But the truth gonna set you free. The truth don't beat people over the head. You only feel like that because you're afraid to be set free. And the only way the truth is going to set you free is for you to acknowledge it and to accept it. Not just say, yeah, you're right. That's not accepting the truth. A lot of times people say that so you could shut up, because they don't want to hear that shit no more. So they say, yeah, you're right, you're right, you're right, you're right. So you could shut up, because they don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear it. But then you come right back around the corner to the same shit. To the same shit. So how many more years as black folk we gonna sit there and just keep having what y'all like to call plausible deniability? How many more years we gonna do this? How many more? Huh? How many more? That's what I want to know. I want y'all to get down in the comment section and let me know. Do y'all think figuring out what your relationships in your life is built on, would that give you a better quality of life? I want y'all to get down in the comment section and let me know. Will that then grant you a better quality of life? Because that's what we're looking for, right? As black folk. So shout out to everybody in the building. I appreciate y'all for tuning into today's show. Shout out to all the new supporters. If you are here, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell so you're notified every time I drop some new content right here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV. Shout out to all the visionaries, man. I appreciate y'all for tuning into today's show. I appreciate all the feedback in the chat. I appreciate it. Linda Brown says, I just cut my brother off yesterday. He's jail institutionalized, and I sent him a monthly allowance. He's 53 years old and been in jail since he was 14. Wow. Whoa. Woo. That's deep, sister. That's deep. That's deep, man. I don't want to get into any particulars of what happened and why you cut him off. You just had to cut him off for your sanity and for your sake. And if that's what it takes, that's just what it takes, man. That's just what it takes. Because he is in jail. So, shout out to you though, Linda Brown, for sharing that in the chat. Shout out to everybody in the building. I appreciate y'all for tuning into today's show. Thanks, ES. Thank you, Raven. I appreciate you, love. I appreciate that. Shout out to the Classic Creole for stopping through. Anthony Touchstone, salute. Shout out to my brother, MR. Shout out to my brother, the Underrated Darkness. My brother, the Book of Ronan in the building. Mr. Sutton. Shout out to everyone in the building. Shout out to Nadia in the building. Letitia in the building. My man Tyrese on the check-in. My man Bucket. Shout out to everyone, man. I appreciate everyone for tuning into today's show. Make sure you catch yesterday's show. If you missed yesterday's show, make sure you catch yesterday's show because it aligns with today's show. I appreciate y'all once again. If y'all enjoyed today's show and you would like to donate, Cash App $ Sheep Stay Sleep TV. Cash App $ Sheep Stay Sleep TV is where y'all can go for all monetary support. I appreciate all the donations via Super Chat, via Cash App if you hit the Cash App. Much love. Before we get up out of here, make sure y'all hit the link down in the description box to taste this nice and juicy. Fellas, trust me, you won't be disappointed. Click the link down in the description box. Use my promo code at your checkout, DS1 Ross, to try this great alpha juice. Shout out to everyone once again. DS1 Ross, Sheep Stay Sleep TV, and I'm going to catch y'all tomorrow. Peace.